changing your name in order to increase your chances at getting employment. Do I think people should do it? Yes, I do. Especially if you're black. Why? Well, we don't have much power. Okay? So we have to play his game. We have to do whatever it takes to get in, get our experience, get whatever resources we need. And eventually, when we get good enough, guess what? You can form your own business or, do your own thing and change your name back. And you can hire people and not give a fuck about their first name or their last name. Do I like this? No. But it's unfortunate that it has to happen, but you have to play your position. Play your position. Okay? There's nothing you can say. There's nothing you can do. You can get upset. But you're not going to tell somebody else what to do. It is what it is. If I have my own company, you're not going to tell me what to do. I don't care who you are. Right? It's just like somebody coming into your house and telling you how you should run your house. It's just not going to happen. I don't care what race you are. I don't care where you're from. If this is mine, I'm going to run it the way I want to run it. End of story. Okay, you can try to go the whole legal way. You can try to go to the court and, mandate that somebody does this, that, and the third. But it's still mine. Nothing is going to stop me from running something that I own my way. Nothing. I promise you that. Right? You can bank on that. So with that being said, you have to conform or face the consequences. Right? You're going to do what you have to do. Right? But just understand the ramifications of your choice. Like I said, I say that with a heavy heart, but at this point, my mind frame is we have to do whatever we have to do to get to where we need to be. It is what it is. Now, does that mean that you change your culture because you changed your name? No. A name is just a name. I know that there's power in a name, but a name is still a symbol. Let's be blatantly clear here. A name is still a symbol. Okay? If you call a BMW something else, it's still going to be a BMW. Yeah, there's power in the name BMW, but if you literally change the name to BMW, changed it to some other bullshit, okay, it's still going to be the same car. It's still going to be made in the same place. It's still going to sound the same. The only thing that's going to be different is the name and maybe the little logo on the car. So what do I mean? When you come home, when you're done working, you can still live your life the way you want to live it. Your husband or your wife can still call you the same name. Your children can call you the same name. Your friends and family can call you the same name. You can cook the same food. You can listen to the same music. Okay? You can dress how you want to dress. But when you're at work, you have to conform. That's it. That's all. Work shouldn't dominate your life. You go in, do what you have to do, then live your life. There's a whole bunch. The crazy thing is, I remember I ran into a student, and I forgot where I was, but I was out with a couple of friends, okay, and I was chilling, I was dressed a certain way, not like a gangster or anything like that, but I was relaxing, okay, so I wasn't dressed like I was going to work, and I'll never forget the look in that child's face, and the look on the parent's face, because the kid ran up to me, okay, gave me a high five, and the mom's face was like, what's going on? And that kid thought I was probably the coolest thing walking. And the mom was just like, oh my gosh, how does my son know this guy? Is this guy a drug dealer? I could just tell on her face. And then when she figured out, oh, you work at my son's school, you're a teacher there, her disposition changed in a heartbeat, right? And the purpose of that is to let you know that outside of work, you can still be who you want to be. You could be whoever. But unfortunately, this is the game that black people have to play now. Okay? And eventually, when you make it, you can revert back to whatever name you want to be called. But mind you, it's not stopping what you want to do outside of work. You can do whatever you want to do outside of work. Just know that when you're on the job, you have to conform to this set of standards. Okay? It's really stupid to know that a name can carry that much weight, but that's the world that we live in. And hopefully when the right people, not just black people, but when the right people come into power, if they ever do come into the power, it's something that they'll work on. Judge me on the content of my character, not just on my name or how it sounds. And also, if you're having kids, be mindful of what you're naming them. I don't want to be mean, I don't want to be rude, but it's just the damn truth. Be mindful of what you're naming your son or daughter. People talk about, I want my child to have a better life. Guess what? By the looks of things, your child can have a drastically better life simply by you not giving him a name that's going to be a dead giveaway. Go figure. So you could be down and out, have a child, but guess what? You're helping out that child in a great way by simply naming a name that's not going to be a dead giveaway, or giving him a nickname that works. You don't know how many, Asians that I've come across that, their name was Jimmy or John. Is that their real name? I'm sure they have some middle name, Ming Wei or whatever, right? But the parents know, let's give them an American sounding name. Okay, so they can, get by. He really can't change his last name, but at least we can give him an Americanized first name. Especially with black people, we all know what slavery did. The last names that we have don't belong to us. I'm not trying to insult anybody, but it's the truth. Okay? If the Johnsons owned you as a slave, guess what your name was? Johnson. Right? So we already have the American last names. Let's make the first names match. Let's stick it to them, right? Y'all took away my name and gave me your last name. Well, I'm going to take your first name as well. So now you're not going to know who I am. Right? Now you just have to deal with it. Make them pay for slavery. Right? Make them pay for giving them, your last name. You're going to be McFarlane, right? Because my last name is McFarlane and I owned you. Well, make them pay for that. So, that's my vid. Like I said, I don't say this, I say it with the heavy heart. But it's just the game that we have to play. Oftentimes, we as black people, we talk about being successful and what we need to do, but people aren't ready. People aren't ready. Y'all going to battle. You guys are going to war. You have to be prepared. You have to be a soldier. You have to be willing to do whatever. You have to be willing to go undercover. To learn what you need to learn. And then when you prevail, you can do things the way you want to do it. But at this point in the game, we have to do whatever it takes. If that means changing your name or going with a different name, it is what it is. Just understand that when you go home, you don't have to be that person. You can go back to your old name. It doesn't mean it's going to change the way you dress and you eat and all that other good shit, etc. All right? So y'all take it easy. God bless.